Jane was 14 years old when she first cut herself. That morning had started off as a pretty normal one. Jane had gone to school and hung out with some friends. During lunch, her friend Randy had been teasing her about her recent breakup with her boyfriend. "Jane, it looks like you're not cut out to have a boyfriend. Maybe you should get a cat." On her way home, Jane couldn't stop thinking about Randy's comments. As she walked, she became increasingly scared, ashamed, and angry. With each step, Jane felt as if she were losing herself, and she feared that she would never be able to stop feeling like this. By the time she got home, she was so overwhelmed that she pushed past her parents, rushed up to her room, locked her door, and desperately tried to figure out a way to release her feelings before she exploded. She couldn't come up with anything that would help, and she impulsively grabbed a shard of glass from a cup she had accidentally broken the day before. People with borderline personality disorder, BPD, struggle with their emotions, their behaviors, and their sense of identity, as well as their relationships with other people. Because they are in such emotional turmoil, they often resort to coping strategies that seem to work in the moment but actually make their problems worse, such as suicide attempts, self-harm, or drug use. Indeed, people with BPD sometimes careen through life as if they're driving a 350-horsepower car with no brakes. They often act on the spur of the moment without thinking things through carefully. As a result, their relationships and responsibilities may suffer. Emotionally, people with BPD are like burn victims, extremely sensitive to even the slightest hint of an emotion, and yet so afraid of their emotions that they seek to do anything and everything they can to avoid them. BPD has received an explosion of interest lately, both from researchers and the popular media. Researchers are examining what causes BPD, when and how people recover from BPD, the brain areas involved in BPD, and the treatments that help people with BPD lead fulfilling and satisfying lives. In the past couple of years alone, articles in both the New York Times and the Oprah magazine featured Dr. Marsha Linehan's groundbreaking work on dialectical behavior therapy for BPD. What's more, popular movies such as Girl Interrupted have featured characters with BPD, and television shows such as Beverly Hills 90210 and Seventh Heaven have featured characters who injure themselves, a symptom that sometimes occurs in BPD.